Committed. The most powerful motivational speech. Let me ask you something simple but powerful. Are you interested in success, or are you committed to it? Because there's a world of difference. When you're interested, you do what's convenient. When you're committed, you do what's necessary. Interest says, I'll try. Commitment says, I will. And life rewards commitment. See, most people want better results, but they don't want to become better people. They want a bigger paycheck, but they don't want to develop bigger skills. They want more confidence, but they don't want to do the work that builds it. They want change, but they're unwilling to change themselves. Let me tell you something straight. Your life will not get better by chance. It gets better by choice, and that choice is called commitment. Commitment is deciding in advance that you are not quitting. Commitment is staying in the game when the excitement wears off. Commitment is showing up on the days you don't feel like it, because motivation fades, feelings change. But commitment holds the line. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits, and habits are built by commitment, not comfort. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Comfort says, take it easy. Commitment says, get better. Comfort says, you've done enough. Commitment says, you're just getting started. Let me tell you what commitment really looks like. It looks like discipline when no one is watching. It looks like effort when there's no applause. It looks like consistency when there's no immediate reward. And here's the truth most people avoid. You don't get paid for what you know. You get paid for what you do consistently. Success is not an event. It's a lifestyle. And lifestyles are built by daily decisions, tiny decisions, boring decisions, unsexy decisions, waking up early, doing the work, studying when others are scrolling, training when others are relaxing, saving when others are spending. That's commitment. You see, the future belongs to those who are willing to do today what others won't, so they can live tomorrow how others can't. Now listen closely. Your excuses will never build your dreams. Your reasons might explain your situation, but they won't change it. If you want a different life, you must become a different person, not overnight, not magically, but intentionally. Commitment is saying, I will no longer negotiate with my potential. You don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need more luck. You need more discipline. You don't need more motivation. You need more commitment, because commitment doesn't ask, do I feel like it? It asks, what must be done? And the moment you decide, truly decide, that quitting is no longer an option, something powerful happens inside you. Your standards rise. Your excuses shrink. Your confidence grows. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You become the one you've been waiting for. Let me leave you with this. If you want average results, keep doing what's easy. If you want extraordinary results, start doing what's right. Commit to your growth. Commit to your discipline. Commit to becoming better than you were yesterday. Not someday, not next year, not when things calm down. Start now. Because the moment you commit fully, deeply, relentlessly, your future starts moving toward you. And when commitment meets consistency, nothing can stop you. Commitment begins the moment a person makes a clear decision about who they are going to become. It is not based on emotion, mood, or convenience. Feelings change with the weather, with circumstances, and with comfort, but decisions create direction. When someone decides in advance that they are no longer available for excuses, something powerful shifts inside them. They stop negotiating with their potential and start aligning their actions with their future. This is the difference between wishing for a better life and choosing to build one. Most people wait to feel motivated before they act, But successful individuals act first and allow motivation to fall. Commitment says, I will do what must be done, even when I don't feel like it. It replaces hesitation with clarity and replaces doubt with responsibility. Once a person commits, they stop asking, can I? And start asking, how will I? That question alone opens the door to learning, growth, and progress. When commitment becomes a decision, distractions lose their power. Comfort no longer controls behavior. The mind becomes focused, and energy is directed toward solutions instead of excuses. A committed person understands that the price of discipline is always cheaper than the cost of regret. They choose short-term effort over long-term disappointment. Real commitment is quiet, steady, and consistent. It shows up early, stays late, and does the work without needing applause. It does not depend on approval or recognition. It depends on purpose. When someone decides who they are and what they stand for, their actions naturally follow. And when actions follow a strong decision, results are no longer a matter of chance, they become a matter of time. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when it is uncomfortable. It is not about punishment, it is about self-respect. When a person has a goal, discipline becomes the daily practice that turns intention into reality. Without it, dreams remain ideas. With it, ideas turn into results. Every meaningful achievement in life is built on small acts of discipline repeated over time. Many people look for shortcuts, but there are no shortcuts to growth. Progress is created in ordinary moments, choosing to study instead of procrastinate, choosing to train instead of relax, choosing to prepare instead of hope. These choices may seem small, but they shape character. Discipline trains the mind to lead the body instead of letting comfort control behavior. True discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. It means showing up again after a bad day, trying again after failure, and staying focused when distractions appear. A disciplined person understands that success is not built in bursts of excitement, but in long stretches of effort. They know that what you do daily matters more than what you do occasionally. Discipline also builds confidence. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, your self-belief grows. Each time you avoid quitting, your identity strengthens. You stop seeing yourself as someone who tries and start seeing yourself as someone who finishes. That shift changes everything. In the end, discipline is freedom. It frees you from regret, from chaos, and from wasted potential. It gives you control over your time, your habits, and your future. When discipline becomes part of who you are, goals stop feeling heavy and start feeling possible. And with enough disciplined action, results become inevitable. Personal growth begins with the understanding that life improves only when you improve. External circumstances may change slowly, but internal development can begin immediately. When someone chooses to work on their mindset, skills, and character, they take control of their direction instead of waiting for luck or permission. Growth is not something that happens to you, it is something you choose every day. Most limitations are not outside of us, they are within us. They live in the form of fear, doubt, and old habits. Personal development is the process of replacing those limits with stronger beliefs, better thinking, and higher standards. It requires honesty because growth begins when you admit where you are and decide where you want to go. It also requires humility because learning means accepting that you do not know everything yet. When you grow, your vision expands. You start to see possibilities instead of problems. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. New skills give you new opportunities. Better habits give you better results. Stronger character gives you lasting success. The person you become determines the results you attract. Growth is not comfortable, but it is necessary. Change always feels awkward before it feels natural. The effort you put into reading, practicing, reflecting, and improving may not show results immediately, but it always compounds. Just like interest in a bank account, personal growth multiplies over time. The most important investment you will ever make is in yourself. You carry your knowledge, mindset, and character everywhere you go. When you develop those, you carry value into every situation. And when your value increases, your opportunities increase with it. In the long run, personal growth is not optional. It is the foundation of everything you hope to achieve. Consistency is the quiet force behind every great achievement. It is not dramatic, and it is rarely noticed in the beginning, but it is always working. Real success is built by showing up again and again, especially on days when progress feels slow, while others quit when results are delayed. Consistent people stay in the process and allow time to do its work. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. Small actions done daily create massive change over time. 1 hour of focused effort each day may not seem powerful, but over months and years, it reshapes skills, habits, and identity. Consistency turns ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. Being consistent does not mean being perfect. It means refusing to stop. There will be days of low energy and moments of doubt, but consistency says, keep going anyway. It is about progress, perfection. Even slow steps move you forward, and forward is the only direction that matters. Consistency also builds trust with yourself. Each time you return to your goals, you strengthen your inner discipline. You prove that you are reliable. Over time, that reliability becomes confidence, and that confidence becomes momentum. Once momentum is built, everything feels lighter. In the end, consistency is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Talent may start the journey, but consistency finishes it. When effort becomes routine and growth becomes a habit, success stops being a question of if and becomes a matter of when. In the end, commitment, discipline, personal growth, and consistency all work together to shape a powerful and successful life. When you decide who you are, train yourself to act with discipline, invest daily in your own development, and stay consistent over time, your future stops being uncertain. You stop drifting and start directing your life with purpose. Progress no longer depends on luck or timing. It depends on your choices. Every great transformation begins with a single decision, but it is sustained by daily action. When your mindset is strong, your habits are disciplined, your growth is intentional, and your effort is consistent, you become unstoppable. Not because life becomes easy, but because you become stronger. And when you become stronger, every challenge becomes an opportunity to rise.